Hello and welcome back to Byron's Adventures. Now, as you can see right here, we're actually in a conversation against a Vlandian vassal. Yes, the Vlandians have decided to declare war against us, and it actually hasn't been going too well for them so far, mainly because our vassals, or very limited amounts of vassals, have been running around in an army. And so far, they've actually been very effective. They have begun a siege at a castle. I'm not entirely sure how well they're doing there, but what I could tell is that the castle only had about 180 units, and our army, or shall we say our vassal's army, had about 320. So I can only assume that they were probably successful in their attempts to take it. But anyway, let's see if we can try to get this guy. Yes, okay, so apparently I am going to just fight him then. I actually wanted to try and persuade him to join us because I would assume that this guy probably has something. He probably has a fief of some kind. As you can see, I'm actually a little bit injured because I have been doing a couple of fights here and there. And we're actually in a village right now. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to tell my people just to charge straight on in here. I know a lot of people don't really like that strategy, but I'm gonna do it just for this because I literally would just like to try and tackle them as fast as I possibly can. And also bear in mind that these guys apparently do have a number of Crusade units on their side, so being able to track down their horse archers is going to be a very important thing to do. Also bear in mind that I have been running around the Crusade territory recruiting as many volunteers as I can possibly get my hands on. And I did start leveling them up a little bit, and I did auto-resolve against a couple of smaller vassals that I encountered from I think it was the Northern Empire, because yeah, everyone's obviously defected to them now. So well, all the Empire vassals have defected to the Northern one. So we're gonna hopefully be able to eliminate them as much as we possibly can. And that has actually been going quite well. I have been able to take 2 of them prisoner, and they only had about 10-15 units each. So of course they're going to be very easy to deal with, you know, they're not going to be difficult at all. I am probably going to die here though, because I generally tend to take quite a few risks when I'm using my polearm. And you can see that right here. I mean, literally, if I get shot right now, I'm probably dead, you know, that's just how it's going to be. But yeah, we're doing all right so far here, and we've lost 8 units, which is not bad considering we're just doing a charge, you know, straight up charge here. And then I think we'll be done. Now, what I am actually hoping on doing, and what I was trying to do earlier, is I was going around Crusade territory because, of course, I did say in the previous episode that I would like to wage war against the Crusade. Obviously, the Vlandians have thrown a bit of a spanner in the works, and they've made things a little bit more difficult in that regard. So obviously it's going to be a bit difficult for me to wage war against the Crusade if the Vlandians are attacking us, but obviously I did not want to make peace with the Vlandians without gaining something in return. And that's exactly the reason why we are doing exactly what we're doing right here. We're trying our very best to capture as many vassals as is possible. And let's actually take a look. Did they take that castle back over here? No, they haven't taken it yet. As you can see, it's actually under siege right now. So I'm not entirely sure if they're going to be successful, but I can only hope that they will be. And oh, look at that. There's actually a Northern Empire vassal over there. That's actually kind of hilarious. Yeah, I've just been trying to search for Vlandian vassals pretty much. Oh, hello. Heckard. Heckard's over there, I see. Yes, I might actually want to go over there and speak to him, because if I can speak to him and try and persuade him to join us, then their army is going to get disbanded, and then we'll be able to speak to everyone else, and we will hopefully then be able to persuade them, and then we'll just gain a huge amount of vassals in a very, very short amount of time. So I'm hopeful that maybe we'll be able to do something like that. And as you can see, this guy is actually going to be joining us. So let's actually see how much he wants. Someone actually told me, by the way, which in my opinion is probably one of the most helpful tips that I have so far received. And I don't know whether you noticed it, but I did it just now, which is basically a way of getting the exact amount that the person wants. So let's say, for example, I have 0, right? So I've just got 1. And let's say I want to try and find the exact amount that he wants. It's going to be really, really tedious for me to do that because I have such a huge amount of money at the moment. So it's basically really, really difficult to do that, right? Well, all you do is offer a little bit more than what they potentially want, and then do auto offer, and then it automatically goes down to that value. So thank you very much to the person that left that comment. Very, very useful. Very, very useful indeed. And we're going to be using that. There we go. So the company of the Golden Boar has now joined us, which I don't really care about too much because their vassals, or shall we say their members of their company, are not exactly fantastic. They're actually looking pretty bad, but it's okay because I just wanted to get them away from the Northern Empire if at all possible, because you can see here that we oh look, there we go. The war progress with the Northern Empire is actually now 100 out of 100, so that means that soon the Northern Empire will be disbanded, and then we're going to be in a really, really good position. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. Now let me actually just see. Oh, who's that over there? Ah, Segeron. Okay, I'm actually going to go over there and see if I can speak to him, and maybe we'll be able to either take him prisoner or try to persuade him to join us. So let's just level up a couple of people before we actually do that. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of Khuzait tribal warriors because, as I said, I recruited nomads and I haven't really had any opportunity to level them up just yet. So they are a little bit green, shall we say. Anyway, let's speak to this fellow, and let's see. Ah, I need to speak to Saratis. That's kind of unfortunate. Alright, so here we go. We're actually in a battle against the fellow that we just tried to speak to. Unfortunately, that's not really going to work out too well because he, as you could no doubt tell, he needs us to speak to his clan leader. And obviously the clan leader is not currently in our reach, or at least I can't see where he is. So instead of, just leaving and letting him go, we're gonna, try and take him prisoner, and maybe we'll be able to gain some nice cash from that in the meantime. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. Otherwise, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to speak to the next guy along, and hopefully we'll be able to persuade him too. And now, this is probably one of my favorite battlefields to fight on. I personally feel like this one is the most fun because you're able to very, very easily get into wonderful positions. Cavalry has a nice time, archers have a nice time, infantry not so much, but, well, infantry don't usually win the day without some kind of support from other units. So I'm generally very, very in favor of battlefields that, give the others a bit of a highlight, because infantry, they have their day, You can go into a siege and then just see all of the infantry having a wonderful time because, let's face it, they really are necessary for that. Let's tell our horse archers and cavalry to charge in. Hopefully I'm not going to die here, actually. Let me just face away so that all of the arrows will hit my shield, potentially. And we're going to have to charge straight on in. Unfortunately, I didn't really want to have to charge straight on in, but bear in mind that most of our Imperial units do not have shields. So they are going to be much, much weaker against archers than you might think. But otherwise, yeah, I believe that is indeed a wonderful victory right there. And we didn't charge in this time. I actually did use a couple of tactics, but we did end up losing, a couple of less units, but, that's how it goes sometimes. 43 renown, not bad at all, and we can take him prisoner, which is exactly what I wanted to do, and we won't be taking anyone else. Let's take a bunch of loot here, and now, here we go. We've actually got Death Art over there. Now, here's the thing. Death Art is not someone that I really want to be speaking to, because if I speak to him, he's going to just want to make peace with me, and I don't really want to do that. I would like to speak to the other guy that's next to him, but I don't know whether that's really going to work. Who is that guy, by the way? I don't think I know him. Achios. Let's actually have a look and see who Achios is. He's 35, so it seems like he might have been around for quite a while. His relation with us is actually -40, and he is a part of the... oh, he's head of... yeah, see? He's actually head of his clan, which is exactly what I wanted to find out. So this is actually going to be kind of good. If we can persuade him, we will be in a great position. If we can't, then we're just going to be in the same position that we were beforehand. So, you know, not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. So let's have a look. Yeah, I really need some more horse archers, don't I? Yes, I really do. Actually wonder where Dirthart is going. There's a huge amount of people over in that direction. I'm going to try and head them off a little bit here. And are you standing on each other? Yeah, you're standing on each other, aren't you? Okay, yeah, this might be a bit problematic. I'm going to head over here, see if we can do some... well, we're not going to do some damage to this guy. Well, potentially. We're just going to have a look-see here. And, aha, I am able to persuade him. Let's try it. Yes, nice critical success. That's what we want. That is what we want. Okay, 73. Yes, okay, nice. Now one more. There we go. Nice. All right, that is exactly what we wanted. Okay, so this guy is going to be joining us. Wow, it's just straight up. He doesn't even want anything. Look at that. He doesn't even want anything, so this is fantastic. So he and his clan have joined us. And bear in mind that because they are at war against us, we might have also captured something. No, never mind. Okay. I was actually thinking that they might have brought a fief over or something like that to us, but it seems like this clan did not have any fiefs available. But we did bring Panalia over at the same time, which is actually really nice because now I can speak to this guy. Can I speak? I didn't really want to take him prisoner because here's the thing. He is actually head of the Chonis, which is another clan of the realm, and it would have been wonderful to be able to speak to this guy as well. I believe he actually has a couple of fiefs. Yeah, he's just got this. Okay, so it's not actually a big deal. So technically what I could do is I could leave, and I could have the clan member come over here. Hey, come on now. Are they not wanting to help out? Okay, apparently they don't want to help out, so I guess I'm just going to help out Panalia because the other guy is just standing there not doing anything, which I gotta say is kind of negligent. I don't know why he's doing that, but oh well, never mind. Anyway, this time around we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm actually going to go into the trees here because going into the trees is going to make their cavalry have a much harder time of dealing damage to us if they have that much. They don't seem to have that much anyway, but this is going to be good anyway because it's going to give us a nice little height advantage, and that's what we like to see. So let's see if I can maybe... no, you're being a little bit wily here, aren't you? Yes, a little bit wily. Okay, I'm not going to tell my horse archers to charge in just yet, but we are going to get them to come over here if at all possible, so let's do that. I got shot in the face. Well, not in the face, in the chest, actually. Not a big fan of that. Come on now. Get him. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, yes. Okay, there we go. Now just this one. Take him down. Take him down, fellow. Oh, yeah, nice. Okay, that was a really, really good hit right there. Wow, that was actually an Azurai Mamluk heavy cavalry? I had no idea. Seems to be pretty powerful. So it might be something to consider for a future playthrough or something like that. I mean, we have already played with Azurai units technically, so it's not really necessary to play with them again. But, you know, it's always nice to know that the Mamluks that I did not actually end up using in that playthrough are actually kind of good. So it's nice to know that. Anyway, we're going to put our guys on a shield wall and a loose formation. Oh, look at that. Elias is getting so much in terms of skill gain. It's really, really nice. Let's tell our horse archers to charge in, tell our other guys to charge in as well so that they can weaken the opponent enough. And maybe we can go in here, try and do some damage to their infantry, and maybe then swing around, do some damage there too. As you can see, this seems to be working quite nicely. Unfortunately, I am probably going to end up dying here, so don't be surprised if that happens, you know, don't be surprised, because... you know, anytime Byron is going in at this percentage of HP, you can pretty much just assume that he's probably going to end up dying. And hilariously enough, I have not been able to hit anything, just probably because I'm traveling at such an insane speed. But not really a big deal. My forces are going to absolutely handle everything anyway, so it's not really anything that I need to worry about. Especially considering most of the enemy do seem to be recruits. well, not most of the enemy, but quite a few of the enemy do seem to be recruits. And look at Elias. He's getting so many skill ups right now. That is fantastic. Is he actually getting any kills, or is he just doing a little bit of damage here and there? I'm actually not sure. I haven't seen him getting any kills. I can actually take a look. Let's see. Elias has 2 kills, actually. He has 2 kills. That's actually pretty nice, considering he's got some pretty low skills. Diggory actually got a kill as well. That's nice. Oh, I really thought I would have hit that, but apparently not. That was just bad timing on my part, I suppose. Okay, come on now. Come on now. Ah, not lucky enough. Not lucky enough. Okay. Now, that guy was good enough to be able to, you know, block my attack, so that is to be expected. Anyway, we're going to be getting some relation with the clan that we just had join us, which is actually kind of nice. And we can also take this guy prisoner, which, of course, I didn't want to do. I actually wanted to persuade him, but yeah, it's good enough. It's good enough to gain, you know, however many vassals we gained from this clan right here. So I think that's pretty nice. Anyway, we are kind of injured at the moment, but we are still on the lookout to be able to speak to this guy by himself. If we can get him by himself, by the way, Byron moves extremely fast on the world map. I mean, it's probably because of his scouting skill, isn't it? It's probably because of that it's being able to move around really, really fast. Is it? No, I think riding skill is the thing that actually determines that. So not entirely sure why we're moving at such a light speed, but it seems like that is indeed the case. Anyway, let's take a look at some of our other people here. I'm actually wanting to look for someone specific. Who is it? Aha, Elias. Yes, as I thought. Okay, readying speed. Oh, wow, he's got so many traits to level up here. And we're going to go for less penalty to ranged weapons. Use any bow on horse. Sounds good to me. And then he has a whole bunch of focus points and things like that. Going to be getting him some charm skill. Going to get him some social skill there. A little bit more social. Oh, no, not. A little bit more intelligence, shall we say. And let's go for some engineering with him. Why not? Let's go for some medicine with him too. And maybe some leadership. And then we probably want to level up something else. I'm thinking maybe control. A little bit more control. And we'll level up his social skill as well, because you never know. Maybe we'll be controlling him at some point, and in which case we're going to need a good amount of charm skill. As we have so far seen, charm skill is absolutely fantastic. Now I'm actually wondering, should I just go in here and speak to them? I just don't want Derthart to turn around, yeah, like he did just there. But we are speaking to this guy first, which is actually fantastic. So let's have a look here. Aha, it is possible. Yes, okay. Whew. Critical success initially is basically paramount for us. And there we go, we've got another one. One more. That's all we need. 94% chance. This guy was super easy to persuade. Actually, kind of crazy. He's going to want some money. So let's have a look at how much he actually wants. Oh, he doesn't even want much. Yeah, he only wants 184,000. That is not much at all. So he's going to join us, and hopefully he's going to bring some things with him. He's going to bring some fiefs, maybe? Did he? I'm not seeing anything right now, which is kind of disappointing, but I guess it's because Derthart is giving basically every single fief to himself. If you've seen the Barney series, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyway, Derthart is here. I don't know whether I really want to fight him. Personally, I don't really want to, because I kind of just want to dismantle the Vlandians as much as I possibly can from within, from without, you know, just generally shake it all about, basically. But the point is that I would like to be able to get more vassals of his to join us. Have they taken that yet? No, but they are in the siege. So I guess I'm just going to move away, and that guy's going to move away as well. Hopefully he'll be able to escape, because Derthart has a pretty large army, so I think he should be slow enough for Achios to get away. I hope that is indeed the case. Is he? Yeah. I think he will be able to. Oh, the Khuzaits are running around with 1,700 units. I can't believe it. Okay, that's kind of harsh. There's Akram, by the way. Akram is actually one of ours. If you can believe it, he's actually one of ours. which is kind of fantastic in itself. These guys are going to be taking something. I'm hopeful that they will be successful over there. It seems like Achios is being chased kind of heavily. I did not intend for him to get chased to the ends of the earth by Dirthart, but obviously he's kind of annoyed about the betrayal. I would be, I know. I would be, for sure. But anyway, let's just take a look here. Does Byron actually... Did he gain something recently? I thought he gained something, but apparently he hasn't. So, yeah, there are a whole bunch of other traits that I need to spend with some people. But anyway, I'm going to have a look at who is actually taking this, so that when it actually does get taken, I can give it to the person that I think really deserves it, because, let's face it, anyone that can do this by themselves and take the initiative to do it is well worth it, in my opinion. Kareth, I believe, is taking it. Yes, Kareth and Barney are actually taking this. So let's actually just take a look and see whether they are victorious here. It's more than likely that they are. Dirthart is actually riding to defend the castle at the moment, but he is going to be too late. As you can no doubt see, this is done. This is more than done right now. I believe it is going to be done in just a second. I'm actually kind of surprised that they're taking so long to be done with it. But yeah, that seems that... Yep, there we go. There we go. That is exactly what we wanted. And now we can actually choose the owner of the castle. And I'm actually going to give it to... Oh. Well, apparently I'm not going to be giving it to Kareth. I actually wanted to do that. But apparently I only have a choice between 3 options. I suppose I will give it to Achios. Actually, wait a minute. Is this the majority? I guess this is the majority, so I will give it to him. And we'll see how that goes, because if the majority thinks that that's a good idea... Oh no, despite majority support against it. Oh, that's kind of weird. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what that means then. That green bar at the bottom. Because I haven't really done that much in regards to kingdom management at the moment, so... That might make a bit of a difference. Anyway, this is actually a guy attempting to take this... Dirthart is attempting to take this, and as you can see, it's not going well, sir, is it? It's not really going well. Achios is coming in here, and we're going to be fighting Dirthart and hopefully taking him on. I would have liked to have spoken to him, actually. I think I should have probably gone in and spoken to him before Achios engaged, because in that case, I probably would have been able to make peace with him, or... something else. Maybe I could have ransomed a couple of people. Maybe I could have stolen a whole bunch of money from him, because he's a bit of a greedy guy. So it would have probably helped us more than anything else. Oh well, never mind. Maybe what I can do is take him prisoner, and then maybe he'll give us a huge amount of money to let him go. That would be quite nice. Alright, so I'm going to put my people in shield wall. Oh, they're actually already in shield wall. That's pretty nice. Let's get our archers to move over here. It seems like a bunch of cavalry are actually starting to attack here. Not a big fan of that, so I'm going to try and run my own cavalry into them to kind of do a little bit of counter-attacking. And even if I could just eliminate their mounts, that's basically all I'm really aiming to do, because we don't really want them to run around at all, to be honest. Achios is getting some kills. I like to see that, that's for sure. It's actually really cool the way that you are able to persuade vassals to join you. I think that that is a very cool system, because in comparison to Warband, Bannerlord's system does it much better. And yeah, because the system in Warband is fine. I'm not saying it's terrible at all. I'm just saying that it's a little bit more... it's a little bit more maybe tedious. I'm not entirely sure how to really explain that, because on the one hand, you have people that you can potentially try to persuade to join you. I've never really run around with a character that has a massive amount of persuasion, so maybe it works a lot better than I think. But from my experience, basically every single time a vassal defects, they come to your main city, and then you can choose whether you accept their oath of allegiance to you. And if they're a faction hopper, then obviously this is pretty dangerous to do, because you don't really want to have a faction hopper in your territory, stealing your stuff, because you always have to give a fief. You always have to give a fief to a vassal. Yeah, well, should we say a potential vassal. And in Bannerlord, that is not the case. You don't always have to give a fief for them to be somewhat happy. But I think if they do have one, they are going to be more likely to say no to, well, persuasion attempts, pretty much. Because I think I've noticed that where if someone has a fief in their original faction, when you're trying to persuade them, it actually does quite a bit to kind of keep them there, if you know what I mean. So, you know, some guy, I think when I was in my off-screen time, I attempted to persuade him. He was really, really difficult to persuade. I think he had like a 50, 60 something % chance on the first option, did not have a critical success or anything like that. So it was very, very difficult to get him at all. And I looked at his encyclopedia entry, and it looks as though he had a whole bunch of fiefs. And I think that, for example, the guy, Achios, that just joined us, he did not bring any fiefs with him upon us successfully persuading him to join us. And that's the reason, because he doesn't have any fiefs. So it was super easy to get him, because we had 90% chances pretty much the whole time. So I think the more fiefs a vassal has, the harder it is to persuade him. And that makes sense. You know, that makes a huge, huge, great deal of sense.
Warriors! Bowmen! Footmen! Move! Arrow! Forward!
So we're just going to keep our guys basically just holding position behind the little ridge over there. I've got to be a bit careful as well. Bear in mind that Byron is actually kind of hard to kill. He has some fantastic armor on, so I am not expecting these guys to be able to do that much, especially considering I have this huge shield protecting me. As you can see, there's basically no way any archer can get through that. At least I hope so. Anyway, I'm going to tell my, well, everything actually to charge in at this point. Going to tell my infantry to charge in, tell everyone to charge in, because as I've said before, Imperial units generally do not tend to have shields, and I don't really want to be in a situation where their archers are just absolutely murdering us 6 ways from Sunday if I'm just allowing them to do so, you know, because if I allow them to do damage, then that's just really bad. It's free damage for them, isn't it? It's absolutely free damage. Oh, that's my guy. Yeah. I'm actually getting a little bit confused about which units are mine now, because I've been fighting the Empire for such a long period of time. And then all of a sudden, boom, they're on my side. And now I'm like, oh, yeah, but wait a minute. I've got to kill that legionary. No, that's not how it works. So let's see if I can really do some damage here. Nice, nice. Oh, look at that. Did you see that? I used the range. Oh, never mind. I got murdered. Yeah, that was a headshot. That was a headshot and a half, wasn't it? That was pretty damaging. Look at that, 94 piercing damage. That actually would not have killed Byron if he was at full HP. Hilariously enough, that would not have killed him. So yeah, next time someone says, "Oh, it hurt like a hole in the head," or whatever that saying is, think of Byron. Think of Byron, because it didn't hurt him at all, apart from the fact that he just took some damage in the chest before that. So yeah, that was the main reason why we actually ended up dying there. But there's Dirthart. There we go. We actually did manage to eliminate him. And we have also increased our relation with the clan as well, that we just persuaded to join us. And they actually have a negative relation with us at the moment. So it's really, really nice that we were able to kind of do something about that, because they still have negative 15, of course, but having a little bit less hatred for us right there is definitely going to help us quite a bit. Anyway, I'm very much hoping that Akram's army is going to be running around and actually doing something useful. I don't know where he's gone, but I'm hopeful that he will... he's gone over here. He's attempting to take Thorios Castle. I feel like the AI lords in Bannerlord are much more active They're much more, shall we say, strategic, or I guess active is probably the best word that I can really come up with at this point to describe them, because they are everywhere. You know, they seem to be acting exactly how you would think they would act. Whereas whenever you do that in Warband, it's completely different. It's really, really, shall we say, harsh to actually get your vassals to do anything useful. So it's really nice that they're actually acting independently for once. All right, so Heckard is actually attempting to take Argeron. I wanted to move a little bit closer to him just to see how many people are actually on the way here. As you can see, there's actually another person as well. Calatild is actually on the way. And we have Thomund and we have Oros. Ooh, I would like to speak to Oros first, if at all possible. I don't know whether he's going to be joining... He's going to be joining Heckard's party. I don't really want them to do that, if at all possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go in and speak to Oros. Look at that. I actually got him by himself. That's actually kind of amazing. Okay, so let's have a look here. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's do this. Yeah, nice. Critical success. That is exactly what we wanted initially. Very good. Okay, come on now. Yes, okay. Oros, I think, has a couple of fiefs. So I'm hoping... Oh, wow. He actually did that. All right, so bear in mind... Oh, never mind. He doesn't want anything. He doesn't want anything. Oh, yeah, wait a minute. I think Oros loves us, doesn't he? Yes, he loves us because he used to be a Southern Empire vassal. And we let him go all of those times. And now, as you can see, we have a massive positive relation with him, which is fantastic. Now he's joined us. And did he bring anything over? Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to stop doing that now. I'm just going to stop doing that because every single time I'm like, did he bring anything over? And then, no, he didn't. I'm going to speak to this guy now. Thomund, stay your hand. I have to speak to Calatild. Okay, well, that's not really good. What would it take for you? I'm sorry, the odds on matching my favorite. Oh, okay, well, that's absolutely fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say, let's make peace. And that's it. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to make some peace. And how much... This guy literally just wants 4,600 to make peace when he has an overwhelming advantage. I mean, you can quite clearly see that he has the overwhelming advantage. And we're going to be doing that. There you go. Perfectly happy to do that. And now I can speak to Heckard. And let's see whether we can... we can persuade him too. Now, what do you bet Heckard actually has fiefs that he would have brought over? What do you bet? I'm actually going to speak to... I'm going to take a look at his encyclopedia entry. Maybe he does. And so it happens, yes, it actually turns out that he does have a town and a castle, which is very, very disappointing to me because if I'd just spoken to Heckard first, then I probably would have been able to persuade him. As you can see, there you go, persuasion successful. And he actually wants some money, which is actually fine. Oh, wow, never mind. He actually wants a lot of money. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try and release some people. No? Oh, wait, this doesn't even matter to him, does it? No, these people don't even matter to him whatsoever because he's going to be joining another faction. Okay. So, right. How much is it? Oh, wow, I can't even do it. I can't even get this guy to join us. So it's actually fine that I didn't speak to him first. Because as you can no doubt tell, it basically makes no sense. So I'm really happy that we got Oros. And I'm actually going to speak to Calatild. I don't think she's going to be happy to see me. She's +2. She's +2. I think I have already attempted to persuade her once, and I failed. So I'm hopeful that we might be successful this time around. Here we go. Okay, here we go. One more time. Here we are. Nice. Okay, I actually succeeded. Wow, can't believe it. Okay, so how much? Oh, no, never mind. They don't actually want anything. She had a huge amount of different things, by the way. As you can see, she had a huge amount of different fiefs. So if I had just spoken to her first, I would have been able to gain Saniopa and a variety of other different places. But here's the thing. I don't really mind about that so much because what I'm actually doing is building up strength so that any time some other faction wants to fight us, they're going to have a very rude awakening indeed. Anyway, we've now leveled up our charm to 205, so let's see. Towns get a security bonus. I think that's going to be more important than loyalty at the moment. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.